An inspector calls Act 1 2-minute talk through with Mrs. Potts from the English director team. In Act 1 of An Inspector Calls, we are introduced to the comfortable and privileged lifestyle of the Burlins and Gerald Croft, signalled by the pink and intimate lighting and the reference to champagne glasses and a cigar box. The act begins in the Burlins' dining room after a meal to celebrate the engagement of Sheila Burlin and Gerald Croft. Sheila is half serious, half playful, and very excited about becoming Mrs. Gerald Croft. Mr. Burlin is delighted about this engagement, and it is clear that he is a hard-headed businessman who is motivated by wealth, status, and reputation. It is clear that Eric appears to not fit within the dynamics of his family. Everything changes when Inspector Goole arrives. Arthur Burlin dominates the beginning of Act 1 with his provincial speech. He states that Gerald is the kind of son-in-law he always wanted, and it is clear it is because Gerald's parents own Crofts Limited, a business rival to Burlin and Company. He is more excited about working together for lower costs and higher prices than his daughter's happiness. Sheila then receives the engagement ring from Gerald, which is a symbol of his wealth and power. At this point, she thinks the ring is wonderful and a beauty. Mr. Burlin continues in his speech and criticises the ideas of socialism and community, and at this point there is a sharp ring of the doorbell. Inspector Goole is then introduced and we discover he is investigating the suicide of a young woman. Mr. Burlin is the first to be questioned because Eva Smith used to work for him. He sacked her due to striking for higher wages. We then discover Eva was also fired as a result of Sheila at Millwards. Priestley immediately presents Eva Smith as a victim in this play, and the audience feels sympathy for her. Mr. Burlin is a character who we criticise as he takes no responsibility for his actions. He does not realise that there was a consequence to his unjust sacking of Eva. However, Sheila is very different to her father. As soon as she finds out she has had a role, she feels guilty and sympathy, and because of this, Priestley values Sheila, as it is clear she can change her ways and be re-educated.